Joining me here on Sports Zone is author Ross Bernstein, who stops by for his annual visit at this time of the year. His latest book is on a player who's generated a lot of interest, not only in the Northland, but in the National Football League. Brett Favre. The book, or books should I say, is titled here, I Love Brett Favre. Then, as you look on the other side, I hate Brett Favre.
Feels dirty doing that, doesn't it? I love it.
This is a great concept, the two books, the two in one. Where did you come up with this?
Well, it was so fun. I mean, I interviewed about 100 people for the book, Packers, Vikings, media, fans, and no one liked him. It was either just polarizing, love, hate, and it was about 50-50 down the middle. I'm like, you know what? My kid had a flip book, and I thought, why not? So we just decided to do it, and it turned out really fun. People get that when I'm in the malls signing books, I get to tell them which side do you want me to sign, and it's this sort of decadent choice, like, ooh, I get to pick, and it's a lot of fun.
Of course, the challenges I imagine had to be doing the portion of Favre in the Viking jersey, just this happening this year. And you've got photos in here from the regular season. Tell me a little bit about that process.
Well, I dove in. I mean, this story goes back to 2008 after he, the Packers nearly made the Super Bowl, obviously, one interception away, and they wound up, when Brett retired and retired, and then Ted Thompson shipped him to New York, put the poison pill in the contract, said it was going to cost him 3 first-round picks if he wound up back in Minnesota. So you knew Brett wanted to play for the Vikings to stick it to Ted. And then after serving his time in New York and they released him, that's when the conversation started happening with Darrell Bevell and Coach Childress. And as soon as they announced he wasn't coming to training camp, that's when I knew he was going to be a Viking. So that's when I dove in August, and just a lot of 18-hour days. And yeah, we were writing it right up to the first couple games of the season, so it's real current.
Was there ever a point when you were like, uh-oh, I don't know if this is really going to happen or not?
Well, once he took the field, you knew with that contract it was $12 million if you make the field, and even next year it's $13 million if he plays in game 1. There's no elevator clauses in that contract, so it's just so surreal. I mean, I hated this guy so bad for 16 years. He just killed us. And I mean, I wouldn't even have him on my fantasy team. I really wouldn't. I'm that much of a homer. And I've written almost 50 books, but I am an unabashed homer. I have no partisan. I mean, I'm out there. I'm a Vikings fan. But, this is such a great story. I mean, here we go. We hated him. Now we love him. Packer fans loved him. Now they hate him. And I've met all different variations. I've met Packer fans who are Favre fans, Packer fans who now root for the Vikings. So, I mean, it's like up is down, black is white. You just can't make this stuff up.
Do you think his reputation kind of has gotten tarnished with the way he's handled his retirements, quote unquote, the last couple of years?
The guy's embraced it. I mean, look at this. The guy, he wears Wrangler jeans and does Sears commercials, and chicks still think he's hot. I mean, you can't help but hate this guy a little bit. But, his reputation of the whole flip-flopping thing, which, in the book, metaphorically, is sort of the wappling, he's made a franchise out of it. It's part of his brand. And, we should all be so lucky to be 40 and be able to tell Green Bay, keep your $25 million to be your cheerleader. I'm going to go play for the Vikes and stick it to you. I mean, everyone is has a little bit of a man crush on Brett Favre, I think. And you know what? As much as I hated him, I love him. I'm drinking the purple Kool-Aid. I'm all in. We need a Super Bowl. We need a new stadium. So let's just ride this thing out as long as it goes.
And of course, during the regular season, Favre and the Vikings got the wins against Green Bay, but the way things are shaping up, they could very well meet in the playoffs.
That scares me a lot, Joe. I was out in Lambeau Field on the frozen tundra when he came running out through the tunnel, and it was nuts. I mean, people were booing, people were cheering, people were crying, people were doing nothing. It was just this truly a surreal moment that we may never see in sports again. It was unbelievable. And yeah, I guess if that game is in the Dome, I like our chances, but who knows? The way it's shaping up, we could wind up in New Orleans for the NFC Championship game. Wouldn't that be amazing? But I can't take another Super Bowl loss. My heart can't take it. So we need a Super Bowl. So Brett, if you can help us get that, then I love you. If not, I don't know.
Researching for this book, what was that like?
It was fun. It was just so many interviews, and I read all the Favre books that had come out, and it's fun. It was fun because I never really wanted to learn about his history because I didn't like the guy very much. And doing the book is a biography of his life story as well. So just learning about where that toughness came from, growing up in Mississippi and playing for his dad, Big Irv, and he's overcome so much. He was he had an addiction problem with painkillers, and his wife got cancer, and Hurricane Katrina destroyed their house, and he's gone through so much adversity in his life. So it's a pretty amazing story, and how this guy has been able to set the record for the most consecutive games played is just unreal. I mean, you look at Jim Marshall, who he just passed, and you could have 10 broken fingers and still play defensive line, but I mean, you get a bad hangnail as a quarterback and you could be out. So his toughness is it's off the charts.
Yeah. Well, the book is called I Love Brett Favre on one side, and then I Hate Brett Favre on the other side.